Okay, so for those who are not aware, um, there's this conflict going on between these two guys, P Square. These are musicians, very popular ones and successful ones for that matter. So these are twins, and I actually enjoy listening to their music, and I think I bought few of their albums, two, three. I could say maybe like two. And sometimes some of those they are selections, CDs. So I don't know, for some reason two of them started to go at each other on the throat, as in calling each other names publicly, accusing one another. It was even with this that I came to know that there are even more than um, two in the family. The other brothers, at least one brother that I know of, that I got to know that is an elder to two of them, or senior brother to the two. Um, this particular article here is not necessarily um the first one that you know one of them are thrown to each other in accusations, but I want to just read it. One is Paul, the other one is Peter. To be honest, I don't even know which one is which. So okay, so let's start. This is from Ngalim Sevelius blog. I can see this on Facebook. So you can publish on the 12th August 2024. So you can go there and read it up. But I'm going to read it here anyway and then respond. So it starts. I want to make it clear that I never reported my twin brother Paul to the EFCC. I know many of you were disappointed when Paul accused me of doing so. Peter Okoye, Mr. P of P Square reveals. Hey, he made a mistake. It's supposed to be Peter Okoye, not Peter Okoye. Since this person is not an Igbo man, I don't know. Maybe it's a typo. Okay, continue. He said, before I tell you the whole story, here is what I need you all to understand. Uh, it's always um, It's always surprising to me when people say P Square is always bringing their family matters into the public eye. Let me clarify this. P Square is not just a family, it's a public brand. But Peter, Paul, Jude, Anita, Ifeoma, Lola, and the rest of our family members are family, but P Square is an entity that belongs to the public as much as it does belong to us. Okay. Our fans have how many? He said Peter, Paul, Jude. So these are like two males here. Peter, Paul, Jude. So Peter and Paul are the twins, the musicians. They one like every Nigerian basically know. Most and also non-Nigerians as well. Jude, I think, is the elder brother that's kind of is in the middle of the whole thing, the conflict. And these are more probably, I don't know, the wives, who knows, the sisters, who knows, and maybe other males and females in the family that I didn't mention. Okay, so let's continue. He said, um, our fans have played significant role in our success, so they have the right to know what's happening with their beloved brand P Square. That's why it's understandable when certain aspects of our lives are shared publicly. Um, well, I don't think I want to support this. I know you guys are public figures, but then, um, if you have an issue with your brother or something, kind of private. Hey, anyway, it's up to you guys. Now, let's get straight to the point. I want to make it clear that I never reported my twin brother Paul to the EFCC. Oh, okay, so the one talking now is Peter. That is the one. Alright, so I know many of you were disappointed when Paul accused me of doing so. He mentioned that I wrote a petition against him, which he claimed made the EFCC to ask him to provide a surety. This statement suggested that he was detained, which is not true. Okay. Peter, Paul, and Jude own a management company together called Northside Entertainment, which we use to manage all of P Square's affairs. One day I discovered another company with a similar name, but this one was called Northside Music instead of Northside Entertainment. Okay. Um, hmm, all right. This surprised me. Um, so I decided to investigate further, and guess what? To my shock, the founders and director of this secret company were none other than Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye, and the registered address was the family home of Jude's wife. Aha! You can see the men, whenever brothers are together, there will be peace. But once woman, when I'm talking about woman, I mean girlfriend or wife. I'm not talking about sister, but talking about an external person comes into the midst, there will be war, hatred. All of a sudden, the same brother you grew up with, that you've been, you know, eating together from the same plate, you will be fighting to, if anybody try to bully your brother, your younger brother or something, you will fight it tooth and nail to deal with that person bullying your brother. Your brother is like somebody you care about so much. Then suddenly you guys starts to marry, and then all of a sudden that your brother, beloved brother, you becomes an enemy that you've been suspecting for your childhood. Man, I mean, I don't get why men are so stupid to let women put them in this kind of situation. Okay, I don't know. Say, hey, but man, seriously, why would you go and register a company, family? I know, okay, maybe you want to do your own company. You don't register it in your wife's name, the home address. Man, I mean, men can be man. These are Igbo men. I'm talking about Igbo men as traditional Igbo men. Even okay, fine, you're not traditional Igbo men. You want to run a business and you go and use your wife's maternal home. Your wife's, you can say family home, your wife's maternal home as the address of the business. It must be the most soccer, as in, I don't know how to put it. I don't know if this is true, but if this is true, my Jude, the person is referring to, you need to check yourself. But hey, I understand once you're married, I mean, especially in a monogamous family, not every man, but most times, most men are just emasculated. Every other thing they will be doing is just the wife will be detecting everything. You can hate me for saying that. Prove me wrong. Okay. Still in shock, I knew I had to talk to Paul about it. I approached him multiple times, at least 4 different times, asking if he knew anything about this secret company and the whereabouts of some of the P Square loyalties. Each time I met with him, he denied knowing anything about it. I want to set the record straight. Before I come to this, yeah, it could also be that your twin brother Paul may not really want to disclose certain things your own, your elder brother is doing. Three of you are brothers anyway. Maybe you are also your wife. What in Igbo we call it, uh, is it woman rapper? Is that what we call it? As in man who have no substance, who is just yes ma, as in the wife is the one doing, is the husband of the house. Everything two brothers when they come together and discuss as the men in the family, to make some decision that is supposed to stay between them. Before he even gets home, the wife already knows everything. This guy, everything. Even when brothers might say together, I may point out one or two things that, hey, see, we love you as a brother, but come on, we need you to control your wife. He's acting this way that is not, which is detriment to the family. Instead of you as a man to take it up, and say, if you are going home, this is how you are going to handle it without getting any other person involved. You don't need to tell your wife, this is decision of my brothers. No. But then you see some men, before they will even get home, they on the way, they will call their wife, hey, um, my lord, I be my Prince, do you know, is this my brother? Look at what he's saying about you. Look at what this man is saying about you. Eh? Look at what this my brother is saying about you, that you are this, you are that. He's even saying you should stop to put out your stop posting your nude pictures on internet. That you are shaming the family. How dare him? You were telling him why? Oh man, I'm not saying, but see, I know men. Trust me. When they come out in the midst of other men, they will be acting tough. Yeah, yeah, I'm a man. I'm the man of the house. Yeah, everything. But when they go back home, me, please. Okay, so it's possible that's why he didn't want to tell you, because telling you might be that maybe you're also a woman rapper. Immediately he tells you, you rush home and start telling your wife, hey, I don't know if that's what woman rapper means actually. I try to look for the correct name that adage you have in Igbo language to call men like that. It might be a different definition, or I don't know, I can't remember. So that could be the reason why he didn't tell you, because it could create one big problem. But then the same person, the same brother that went and opened the business and used his wife's home at the wife's maternal home because he's supposed to say wife's family home. You are talking about his maternal home. Wow, that's messed up. As an Igbo man, that's messed up. Okay, so I want to set the record straight. I hereby challenge Paul or anyone else to show any petition that I, Peter Okoye, ever submitted against my twin brother Paul, or that has Paul's name on it. Okay. I'm still writing this with so much shock because I gave clear instruction to my legal team with a standing order that under no circumstances should Paul be included in my petition. Their focus was to remain solely on the primary suspects, Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. Okay. Since they were the directors of this secret company, Northside Music. I mean, in as much as that is still your brother, but then because you can't fight, let's assume it's the wife that is pushing. I'm not saying it could be the brother. Don't say it's the wife. Maybe the wife is actually innocent, but the brother is for some reasons a dickhead. Who knows? And but from the tone, you could tell there is actually something going on in that family, that you know each other is pointing at this other one. Hey, this one, you and your wife, you and your wife, you and your wife. I know, as yeah, your wife is supposed to back you up no matter what, even if you are wrong. But then women are meant to be invisible in matters like this. Yeah, your name shouldn't even be mentioned. You shouldn't don't let your husband put you in the midst of quarrel between him and his brothers, or any family member of his own family. Don't let your husband do that. So you should even be the mediator. You should be the one trying to calm things down, that everybody in the family will respect once you speak. They're not saying you're the decision maker, but then be in the background trying to okay. Paul's recent interview about the EFCC incident contains a lot of lies. I watched and listened to Paul's interview. I was totally speechless and I kept asking myself, how does Paul have the audacity to publicly tell lies like this, even with a respected and reputable agency like the EFCC? He claimed I petitioned him, but that's not something that ever happened to Paul. The truth is, this was something that actually happened to Jude. It's possible because you petition your elder brother, and because you are the one that petitioned, and your twin brother, even if it was not mentioned, maybe in the investigation, police say, okay, let's invite the other brother to ask some questions, stuff like that. So it's possible that Peter was not actually petitioned against. It was only Paul, but then it was only Jude, but because investigation has to be carried on, maybe in the process of that, the Jude now mentioned the other person's name who was not petitioned. So they were like, okay, let's invite him and clarify some things. Maybe he was implicated in whatever there was petitioning him against. Okay. The real story goes back to the shocking discovery I made, but what really got me very upset was finding out that for years, millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of naira were being secretly diverted into this secret company's account, Northside Music, from our own company, Northside Entertainment. This was not just a minor issue, it was a massive betrayal that had been going on for several years. The truth is, as brothers, as family members, if you are opening a company, because I don't know, once people get married, they will just start treating their brothers as if they are outcasts, as if they don't. I don't know. I know, yeah, you are as a married man, you already have your own family, your wife, your children. But that's not, as Igbo, we practice extended family, not nuclear. Yeah, some people won't like that, but that's who we are. We started off from, I don't know, can't say you we started off, but I can say traditionally people practice polygamous form of marriage, you know, and also kind of extended family where if you are marrying someone, you also marrying that family. The wife comes from, not just the person. And even in your town, your clan, decisions are made not just by you. Yeah, decision can be made by you for your immediate nuclear family, but once it comes to anything that has to do with you know, um, you or your siblings, um, as long as it has to do with your siblings and anything that has to do with that extended family. Why call it extended family? Okay, still call it that because you guys are already like kind of married. And even if not married, it still be remain nuclear family. You know, it's not only decision. I mean, even if I want to open a company now, yeah, I might not may see okay, no need to discuss it with my brother. Um, but then in the process, I'll be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? I might even call him before I even do that. Hey, this is my idea. What do you think? Doesn't mean it will discourage me, just to, you know, get some advice. Or, yeah, I don't know. Even if it's not that right there before you do that, after a while, be like, hey, this is what I did. I don't know. Just, okay, for your information. Stuff like that. But I know once a man, woman is involved between two brothers, hey, everything becomes secret. I understand that Paul is angry because I took this matter to the EFCC, and I understand why. However, bearing in mind that I have met Paul and Jude separately and tried to discuss this matter, and he yielded me with no positive answer. In fact, the last time I approached Paul, the conversation got heated up, and he said, and I quote, Paul, go and do your worst. At this stage, I was left with no other choice but to report to the authorities and take legal action. Well, in Igbo, there's when we do things, if you have an issue with your brother, you bring it into the family clan. You don't necessarily need to take it to the government. But then the thing there is sometimes once external person is in the midst, the person is not even listening. Before you know it, it gets out of hand. I don't know if I'm not saying this is the first time I'm seeing this. Even in my own family, that's happened. You know, I'm not saying within me and my siblings. I'm saying in my father's, between my father and his siblings when he was alive, and some of his siblings. It's a long story. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that. So, um, Jude was then detained after being questioned. He came clean and admitted that he had been diverting millions of dollars of our money to this secret company that he and his wife were the director of. All of the Jude's bank accounts were immediately frozen. He was eventually released on bail after he managed to provide a surety and met the other bail conditions. Meanwhile, further investigations are still going on up to now. Paul's name was never mentioned in the petition because he was never a director of this secret company, unless there's something he's hiding from all of us. Paul was only invited for questioning just like Jason Njoku of Iroko TV, Amaju Pinnick, and others who had transactional dealings with the North Side Music. You see, that's what I'm saying. Most likely he was invited because um, during the interrogation of the one that was petitioned, he mentioned uh, Paul's name, or maybe Paul for some reason had a transaction dealings with the company during the investigation, and I don't know. So it's possible that he was telling the truth that he didn't petition his twin, even though he petitioned his brother, but not the twin. The EFCC investigation found out that Northside Music can be secretly collecting P-Square royalties over the years. This royalty money were sent to Bureau de Change, then transferred to Jude's personal account. Um, okay, let's just finish this. A closer look at Jude's account statement revealed that once the money entered his personal account, there were multiple transactions where he was splitting the funds equally with Paul without Peter. This naturally led to some questions. After Jude confessed to diverting the funds, he also told the EFCC that the money he had been sending to Paul for several years wasn't about sharing money behind Peter's back. He said it was money he owed Paul from the sale of their house in America, which he was gradually paying back the loan. This is the reason why Paul has been telling everyone that the EFCC has cleared him, as if I ever wanted him to get into trouble with the EFCC. The story is very long, but I'll tell it all in due time. For now, I'll stop here until EFCC sends the final report to my legal team. Once that happens, before heading to the law court, I will make the exact petition that doesn't include Paul's name public. I will also release the EFCC final report, receipts, and other documents related to this secret company, including the CAC registration, bank transaction, and bank statement that Jude set up with his wife, former Okoye. May God help us. Peter Okoye. Tennis. There are so many I don't know. I don't want to go to that. You guys can visit this blog and read it. Read the comments under it. You don't need to. What I could say here, just as I mentioned, some people might not like what I'm saying here, but I'm telling you, this now, I've seen it before. I've experienced it personally in my own family too. Once a woman comes into the midst, once brothers, siblings starts to marry out, especially the males, once they start marrying and bringing women into the family, Not all the time, not in all families, but most times. You see these issues, this is what we start experiencing. I'm not telling you, if you like, help me. Say, no, why are you pushing the blame to the women? I'll repeat it. Before these women started coming into their lives, they were all sugar, 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 sugar. Everybody was so happy. Everybody can die for the other person. Nobody. Yeah, of course. Families will have, they all know their weaknesses, their annoyances. I mean, see somebody you grew up with, you can know that this person can be very annoying in this regard, but you still love the person dearly. It's your blood. You could go extra mile for that person, even though it can be very annoying, it's very stubborn, it's this, it's that, it's this. Even people that have brothers as thieves, they still care about them. They won't want any harm to come to them, even though they know they are doing bad things. You know, but as soon as they start getting married, immediately, all of a sudden, you now realize that this your brother has been one of the witches in the village. Oh, this brother has been eating up your wife, your son, your children's in your wife's stomach, unborn children. That is the one that will be causing um what's the name of this thing when your pregnancy didn't work. You know, the one that has been making you poor is in a secret society. Is going there using your name to make you poor so that he stays rich. He's doing so many things. He's doing this. All of a sudden, you start seeing him like that. All of a sudden, but before he got married, or you got married, or both of you got married, or both of you started having girlfriends, and started bringing it, nothing was like that. You never saw him like that until that happens. So let that be a food for thought. I'm not saying who is right or wrong with this. I don't know. From here, it sounds like Jude Okoye did some bad things to his brother. Um, I don't know. This is one side of story. Maybe Jude has his own side of story. Everybody is trying to. That's why I say coming public may not be the. But then who knows why it eventually led to this. Um, I'm not. I won't advise you do that. I know you can get angry, and before you know it, you do something. You know, but then this is where women comes in. Try to. That's why I say you stay invisible if you are the wives in these cases. These men, their wives should be invisible in the background. Try to calm things down. They're not putting more fire. Telling them, hey, go and do this. Look at what he's doing to you. Look at what he's doing to your children. This, that. It's a shame to the family. Imagine other family members who are not involved in this. I mean, that would be why bring us this kind of shame in the family? In your village, everybody become a laughing stock. It's because it's not like there's no family that doesn't have issues. No, but then don't have to. Yeah, it could come up sometime, but then you bring your other family members or extended family member or your clan, in village, however it is, they will come in and settle the matter. I mean, not necessarily have to get government involved. Well, you always understand that whenever it gets in a family, they start to fight each other. Start calling government to arrest this person, to arrest this person. It usually happen when they are already married, not when they are yet to marry. So that's why I say, hey, you do the mathematics. Hey, I'm just pointing out the facts. If you like, hate me for saying that. Okay, till next video.